All right, for number 11, it says write the equation of a line that passes through the points -2, 8, and 1, -1. And they first want it in point slope, and then they want it in slope intercept, and then they want it in standard form. So anytime you want to put it in really any of these forms, the first thing that you're going to need is the slope, because you need the slope for really any of those. So if you remember, to find the slope between 2 points, your formula is y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. And it doesn't really matter which one you call 1 or 2 as long as you're consistent. So if I call this x1, y1 and call this x2, y2, then I can just plug them right into this formula. So y2 would be -1 minus 8 divided by x2 would be 1. I'd have minus a minus 2. If I simplified this, this would be -9. This would become a +2, so this would be over 3. So my slope is -3, or you can write it as -3 over 1 if you prefer. It doesn't really matter. So now that I've found my slope, I can write it in point slope form. I can pick a point. Again, it doesn't really matter which one you pick. I think the answer key picked this one. So it's going to be y minus 8, and that's going to equal your slope, which we found out to be -3, times x minus -2, so this will become +2. Now you could have just as easily written it with this one. You would have said y plus 1 equals -3 x minus 1. So really either one of those would be absolutely correct. If you're going to be putting it in slope-intercept form, remember your slope-intercept form is your y equals mx plus b form, where you're going to fill in your slope and your y-intercept. Well, I know my slope because we already figured that out, but I don't know what my y-intercept is, so I have to figure that out. Well, I have 2 points, an x and a y, and an x and a y. I can pick either one, it doesn't matter. I'm going to pick this one just because I feel like the numbers are a little easier to work with. And I'm going to take that x and y and plug it in for x and y here, and then I'll only have this one variable b left. So I'm going to take my y, which is -1, equals -3 times my x, which is 1, plus b. Now I can solve for that b. So this is -3, so if I add 3 to both sides, I'll get 2 equals b. So now I know in slope-intercept form, my equation is y equals -3x plus 2. And now to put it in standard form, I'm just going to take this equation and bring the 3x over to this side. So it'll just be 3x plus y equals 2. And there you have it in all 3 forms.